Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. I'm going to be playing Treant Protector in this game. I know it's been a while since I last made a video. I think since Living Armor was a global aura, I think was the last time, which was quite a long time ago, so I can go over his changes. He's actually been changed twice since then. I've played him a couple times, but usually the games were so-so, and I don't think this game is necessarily an extremely good demonstration of the hero, but it should show his strengths and weaknesses, and I can cover a couple other things that I want to talk about, namely, Number one, I'm doing the offlane solo. This is something you do pretty often in a high-level game. And the reason you do this is for a couple things, and I just want to talk about these for new level players. By the way, this is a block spot that requires the tango to deward or a flying courier, so it's a pretty good place to prevent them from pulling if you're worried about that. So try putting a ward there sometime. They'll never find it in low-level play. They will have no idea where it is. The reason you offlane solo is usually because, rather than doing a dual lane, is because at high level play, it's pretty common for people to pick good tri-lanes. And what a good tri-lane is, two supports that have disables, and one carry that also preferably has some kind of disable or slow. With 3 disables at level 1, you can almost always kill a squishy hero, almost always. So a hero like Lina, a hero like Crystal Maiden, those heroes will die. They don't have an escape. They have a disable themselves, but they're usually pretty squishy and not that hard to kill. So by getting an off-lane solo, you're kind of expecting them to have a better lane than you 100%. You're not expecting to 100% get farm or break even in the lane. What you're aiming to do is basically just get some experience and some farm. And then the rest of your team can have favorable lanes, basically, because you're putting too much into your dual lane if you have a dual lane down here, because your dual lane can very easily get outlaned, and that can just mess up a lot of the game. So it's usually better to just do an off-lane solo like this. They did block this, or I blocked the small camp with my first illusion, by the way, and then I decided to block it a second time with my second illusion, because I figured this would help a lot. I saw that they had a lifestealer jungle at this point, so I knew that I wanted to block the small camp because that would slow him down slightly. Unfortunately for me, lifestealer is actually okay in on regular camps, but oh well. I'm solo versus a Batrider here, which is not a favorable matchup at all. Batrider is a huge, one of the best 1v1 monsters, and he also has Lich support, so there is some sacrifice going on. But essentially, Treant should be sitting and sapping EXP and living armoring his allies. So let me talk about the skill. If you guys haven't played Treant in a while, it now applies a buff to your allies that essentially functions like a stout shield. A really, really strong stout shield, and even better than a stout shield. Previously, well, we can look at this for a bit. He's trying to get a kill on me, but I'm a little... I stayed ahead of him. He seems pretty slow here. He did quite a few napalm things, but... Anyways, there we go. I cast it on myself. That's what it looks like. It blocks 7 instances of 20 damage, and it gives you 4 HP regen per second for 15 seconds at level 1. This scales up to block more damage as of level 4. So at level 4, it blocks 80 damage per instance for 7 instances. And if we do the math on that, that is a crapload of survivability. 7 times 8 is, if I'm not mistaken, 64, so that's like 640 HP that it can block if each nuke or whatever damage source does 80 damage. And this does not just apply to physical damage. It previously did, actually. It previously applied to physical damage. This looks really bad. This looks like really, really bad. I don't know why I'm not dead here, but I didn't die. Okay, really surprised about that. I looked really dead there. Living Armor level 2 now blocks for 40, and it will scale up. You usually want to max this first, I believe, because it is so strong. The amount of HP that it protects, basically you can cast it on your mid lane, for example. I could cast it on our mid solo, and he would just stay really, really alive for quite a long time and be able to trade more efficiently with the opponent and have more HP regen. It's basically an advantage that the mid shouldn't have, basically. It's really, really useful. You can also use it to save yourself, as you guys saw. I could also pick up a level of my invisibility as well, so that I could sit invis and hide and sap EXP, but the duration isn't very high at level 1, and I didn't really want to put 2 points into it, so usually when I'm offlane on him, I usually just pick up like max living armor with some leech seed levels and my ulti, of course, whenever possible. I also purchase boots really, really rapidly here, but that's because I'm against a Batrider and a Lich, and I want to just... And in offlane, you usually want to pick up boots pretty darn fast, assuming that you have enough regen. In this case, I did. I have a salve, and I also have living armor, so I should be okay here. So I pick up level 4, which is pretty good. I've done this as a solo. I've only gotten 8 last hits, but that's still pretty good. as an offlane solo. Treant Protector hits really hard. He has huge base damage at 94 here, at the moment at least, by level 4. So this means that if there is like a solo support who's kind of weak and they want to trade hits with me, it's completely worth it, which is another reason that Treant is kind of a good offlaner, because I can just living armor myself, and then any trading I do is absolutely not going to be in their favor at all. So I pick up a magic stick here because I'm against a Bat Rider. That way, if he casts more napalm, I can get mana out of it. So right now, my lane is going fantastic, basically. I just cast it on myself again to keep my HP up. I maybe should have used it and watched mid a little bit more. But I think it is a sniper on the mid lane. I was pretty greedy to go for that catapult, I think. But luckily I'm super fast, and he chose not to Firefly on me. I can't remember what his mana was. I think he went on me twice at this point, so his mana was actually quite low. So things were looking alright for me. So yeah, living armor is really good. The amount of regen it gives is not amazing. 13 regen at level 4, and that goes for like 15 seconds, so that's like 130 times half of that, which is like, it's about 200 HP, something like that. So regen's about 200 HP per duration. If the block numbers go away, then it stops regenning you, so you have to keep aware of that. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention this yet, but it also blocks magic damage right now. Living armor recently just blocked physical, now it blocks all sources of damage. Magic, creeps, physical attacks, everything. So it is extremely powerful right now, just because you can keep somebody alive, and it's global. Pretty good for that. It doesn't give you very much offensive potential because your ulti does no damage, does absolutely 0 damage. It disables pretty well and has a pretty good, pretty low cooldown. But generally your ulti, living armor is really your best skill at this point. It's just fantastic. So, see if I get dived here. Looks like they are thinking about it. Nope. I think they were talking about something. Kind of screwed up here because I didn't living armor the Storm Spirit. But basically what happened was we were telling the Earthshaker, he's a new Dota 2 player. He used to play Dota 1 in the past. We told him to buy a flying courier, and then he bought a courier, and someone was like, oh god, you bought a regular courier. So then I looked at the base to look, and then I looked at him, which you guys saw there, and then I stopped looking mid or paying attention to anything else other than like, oh my god, did he mess up? So then I didn't live in armor the Storm, so they traded 1 for 1 there. He probably should have lived. You can block tower damage surely with a level 3 of the armor. I was way too close here. I also spent way too much time in the fire, I think. Yeah, definitely. Way too much time in the fire. So mistakes there, I think, out of all the other times that I got dived. I casted the heal, and then I also attacked Bat Rider once, and I think that was a little bit too much. I think casting the heal was fine, because it slows him, and heals towards me. If you guys don't know how Leech Seed works, you just like apply a buff. It's like the Pokemon move almost exactly. You basically just apply a buff, and then it heals you over time, and then it heals, and then an AoE around him over time, basically. It's really strong. He's probably going to dive the Tinker now. See, I put the armor on him. Look how much damage he's taking from towers. 0 damage. Until the instances went away, he took no damage from those tower hits. It is really strong for your solo mid. Usually you want to just cast it on your solo mid so that your solo mid can be aggressive and take kills. Or trade efficiently, things like that. I'm almost level 6 despite dying. It's like, whatever. I mean, most importantly, though, I am getting levels. If we compare this to their offlane, who's Bounty Hunter, their Bounty Hunter is level 70, has 30 CS. Okay, so it's like not even close. They're like crapping on us, relatively. So I'm not doing as well as their Bounty Hunter is, but I still have living armor. So this will be a decent example of coming back from not the most ideal circumstances for a long lane. I mean, we had an Earthshaker Rubik in the long lane, for example. It's not exactly the best thing ever. So another thing you can use living armor for is cast it on your buildings. Really, really good for towers. You'll see me doing that later as the game develops, but unfortunately I was on cooldown there. I couldn't save him. Bat Rider is actually a really good counter against Treant, though, in this situation, but that's mostly because he has damage over time abilities, and since he has damage over time abilities, that means that as the fire does damage, it breaks the shield really quickly. So it's kind of similar to TA's refraction, basically. You want to to counter it, you want to have an ability that does a lot of small damage sources because it burns through the shield really fast. So things like Rocket Barrage are really nasty against living armor. Things like Firefly. Trying to think of more examples, but there's a few really good examples that will counter the Treant. So I hit level 6 now. This means I can TP gank pretty effectively if needed. I should be probably shielding either myself or a building. I'm still not that worried about damage. because living armor is going to keep me pretty survivable. And with the stout shield on top of that, even if living armor isn't up, see, look how much damage that blast did. It did virtually none. It did very, very little damage. And I'm going to heal up to full. And there's the bat right again. I was a little worried. We have no wards up right now, so I didn't really know where the ganks are. But they're quite a bit ahead of me in terms of farm. That is for sure. My tower is actually full HP, so I don't really need to heal that. But I should be checking the other ones. See? 0 damage. As soon as you cast it. I love how the creeps look when they have napalm on them. They look really cool. So from here, again, I could do a gank. Looks like there's some stuff going on mid. Wow, I really should not have casted that on him. There's like Storm Spear getting dived on the mid lane, and I cast a living armor on the Prophet. That was Bat Rider TPing towards the mid lane. I think he just ball lightninged a nuke here. Well, I put the armor on him. I was considering ulting that, but I decided it wouldn't be worth it, which is why I almost casted it and then I stopped. I knew the Storm Spirit had no mana because I could see that, and most of our nukes in the fight were done, so I just saved it. I almost casted it though. I probably should have TP'd earlier, and I definitely should have living armored him when he was between the tier 1 and the tier 2, but I didn't do that. So it's okay though, and I'll just keep healing him up a bit since he is quite low on HP. That'll allow him to stay in his lane. He won't have to go back to base now, and that should help out with his EXP gain, basically. So back to the bot lane. I'll finish maxing out living armor here. Item builds that I'm going for. Magic Stick I think is pretty necessary in the early lane. But you can also go for stuff like Arcane Boots is where I will go eventually. Arcane Boots is great. Gives you lots of good mana. Looks like somebody's considering killing me. This Lifestealer over here. Yeah, Arcane Boots is great just because most of your spells are actually pretty expensive. Leech Seed is always going to be 140 mana. And your ulti is 150 as well. It goes up to 200. Living Armor is so inexpensive though. Like the cooldown on it is really low. It is 15 seconds. You gain about 1 mana per second right now, which means that every 25 seconds you have enough to cast another Living Armor. So just basically no items, you can still cast it very efficiently. It's quite nice. And this is where things look bad. Alright, I ulted because that goes through Magic Immunity. They did a really good job against me there. I think I maybe should have living armored before I got lassoed. Maybe. It's hard to say. I don't know how much the Firefly damage would have done. Probably low amounts. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that much. I don't know if it would have been worth it. The nastiest thing was that the Leech Seed, I don't know if he dodged it or not, but I casted Leech Seed as he infested. I'm not quite sure if it messed him up or not. But I'm going to go back to the bot lane again. So I'm now 0-2. I am level 7 though, so as long as our mid can play effectively with living armor, we should be able to be fine.
Haste.
So I'll just heal him up again since he's missing runes. I can't really lane that effectively versus the lifesteal. I have to be at least a little careful because he does do bonus damage versus high HP targets, and Treant Protector's strength gain is actually quite good. So I love the overgrowth animation, looks really cool. Or icon. I can outlast hit him without any items, which is pretty cool. The benefit of Treant. Treads are actually pretty good on him if you're more of a farming role, I think. I had to armor them there because he was going to get ultied. I don't think it's going to matter though, we'll see. Yeah, he did end up living. That was good. Yeah, living armor absolutely kept Storm Spirit alive there. It is really, really impressive. Like, turning ganks like that are huge because that should have been a one-sided fight. Like, Storm Spirit should have died there. And then all the other supports probably should have died as well. But instead, living armor kept the important hero alive, and we traded a bunch of supports and jungle heroes for an even trade. Which isn't necessarily good with a bounty hunter because they are going to be making more gold from the fight than us. And if we take a look at the graphs quick. they are going to have a very, very slight advantage. But as a result, this is the jump down from the fights. This is about where the fight happens. We still get a slight gold advantage from it, and the EXP gain as well. And that stuff really does add up over time. Alright, and now it's time to start healing towers, because I finally realized, oh yeah, I should be casting this on towers, so bam. So yeah, it'll heal about 200 damage on the tower. It will also block all these sources as well. The glyph actually helped out quite a lot there, because it saved the damage sources and kept regenning the tower up. But all we have to do basically is stop this push, and I can just continue healing the tower up. This is another thing that makes Treant Protector really hard, is that really hard to play against, is that not only does he help keep your allies alive, but if he keeps your towers alive, then it's really, really difficult for your opponents to gain gold, other than passively. I mean, they can passively gain farm just fine by farming jungles and neutrals, but if they're trying to get ganks off, and they're trying to push towers, he is going to cause a problem. I mean, the tower's already regen up to 40%, so... And I am pretty close to my arcane boots finally, so... Unfortunately, his attack speed is pretty low. Now that danger doesn't seem to be here, I can living armor the tree once again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, the big difference that made Treant Protector went from him being pretty bad to being pretty good is the very small difference that living armor did not block magic spells before, and now that it does that, he's actually a very good hero. I don't know. I think this game is a lot of Storm Spirit doing well. I don't necessarily think it's Treant Protector, but living armor does always help. So if you do have a snowball mid, it works very well with Treant Protector. It's like Storm Spirit is doing weird stuff again. Probably should have been looking at the diving more, I think. I should have also paid attention to the Barret or TP, and I could have overgrowthed them there, possibly, if I felt that it was a threat to the mid. I think he had a regen going there, which is why he's dancing so much. I blocked a lot of that damage. I blocked 80 damage of the strike and toss, or 100, which is it? Yeah, 80 damage of the strike and toss. And I'll be waiting to shield him whenever I can. He touched another one. Getting solo EXP again is very good. At some point you do want to get your invisibility, guys. I don't often know when the right time is, but it's usually just kind of when I feel my leech seed is strong enough. Getting it to a 3rd level is pretty good because the heal goes up to, what, 60 damage per pulse, so it's already pretty effective. The cooldown goes down a bit as well. But pretty soon here I would want to get the invis, because it's getting to a point in the game where I'm not exactly in the safest spot. I do have good ward vision to cover me, but getting ganked is very likely, as someone could TP to the tower and just jump on me. So this is probably, yeah, I did end up grabbing Nature's guys here. I could have grabbed an earlier level if I really wanted to, but it would have prevented my leech seed from being better. It's not like I really use my leech seed much anyways, but I don't know, I'm okay with my decision here. And I'm going to end up going mech, so I bought my mech components, or at least some of the components, which is a chainmail as well as a ring of regen. I don't really need the ring of regen right now, maybe that one's a waste, but the chainmail really does help a lot. So I'm going to armor him in about 5 seconds. I will also shift over, or I'll just TP. I kind of wanted to fight here, especially because I TP'd. I could have stayed in the bot lane, for example, so I probably teleported a little bit too early here. But I'm pretty strong in the fight now. Chainmail actually helps a lot for survivability on Treant Protector, because his armor is really low, relatively. He's got all that damage block from the living armor, but if you don't have living armor up, if you're armoring somebody else, and then you're going to die a lot faster. And if you have high HP, getting some armor is really, really useful. It looks like they spot our Earthshaker, and as you guys can see here, they actually have a ward there. I was considering ulting him. I wasn't quite sure if it would land or not. I did keep the Earthshaker alive for quite a while there. He was really, really close to dying. I ended up buying a wand and a TP scroll. I don't know if that's the right choice. I kind of wish I would have just stayed on a magic stick and gotten mech as fast as possible. Like, if I already have a magic stick, is it really worth delaying my mech by 350 gold just so that I can get to make item spaces? I don't think it is. So I don't think that was the right choice by me. I think I should have just gone straight mech after the magic stick. 'Cause it's not like I need the small amount of HP. I don't really need the small amount of int. I've already got arcane boots. I've already got a huge strength gain. So I think that was a mistake to buy the magic wand right now. If you're playing an early support hero, I think it's almost always worth it making the full magic wand, because oftentimes farming a mech is going to take quite a while. But looks like there's some action going on in the jungle that I'm not paying attention to. That was really close. We were able to kill the Lich.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That was a
attack.
full heal from Bloodstone, by the way. The Storm Spirit ended up dying. Interesting, the bounty hunter was there. I had no idea.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Man, that fissure blocked me really hard.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I really wanted to leech seed him, but the fissure blocked me off, unfortunately, and that prevented me from healing him. But if you can heal somebody while they're living armored, man, it is really good.
Are fortified.
Keeps them alive for quite a while.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
So, almost
tower
got mech
is
now.
under attack.
You might be a little confused why you get mech and not like damage items. I've tried damage builds out before, but I just don't think they're really that useful. He doesn't really have a skill set that promotes... I'm gonna have to ulti this for sure, just to stay alive. But basically Treant doesn't have a skill set that promotes carrying at all. This isn't the case. Overgrowth is pretty okay, Leech Seed is okay, but it's not like... I don't know, like he's just not the best. He's not a good carry. I've tried it before. I went like Midas, Phase, Mjolnir or something, but it was not very good. Like, the chase is very weak, and you kind of need a BKB at that point, and it's just, I don't recommend it at all. I think going utility like this is by far better. Get Arcane Boots, get mech, and then if you are really rich, you can get like a Pipe or a Radiance or something, but I think mech is by far the best build to go for. Just extra survivability that'll make it really hard for them to stay alive. Missed my
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
missed my living armor on the Earthshaker, but he was kind of in the fire, so he's probably gonna die anyways.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it's another way to keep it alive as well. I mean, I've already got Leech Seed and living armor, so why not add another heal to it?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And got the mech and a TP scroll, so I'm just gonna use the entire
Radiant's
courier.
top tower has fallen.
And I'm already full HP again. I mean, it really does pay off going this build. He already does enough damage already with right clicks, so why not pick up a healing item? It's not like you're not looking for DPS anyways. I don't know why I stacked that for them. That was kind of dumb. They're most likely going to grab that
Radiant's
camp
top
more than me.
tower is under attack.
So we can go shift down and take the bot tower possibly. I'm going to heal up Kyle a bit. Looks like Bat Rider's TPing to him, trying to get the kill. But he is damage blocked, so... And there is a Bat Rider.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Put the ulti on him as well just to guarantee that we got the kill, but luckily I was able to get there just in time with the mech, and that kept Kyle alive pretty easily.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Leech Seed is like one of the best counters for Bat Rider though, because Bat Rider is all about chasing.
Radiant's bottom tower has
If
fallen.
Bat Rider is chasing somebody, he's going to be close to them. And if you have Leech Seed on him, he's not only slower, but anybody that he's chasing is going to get a heal. So Leech Seed is really, really good to place on Bat Rider at all points in the game, especially when he lassos somebody, for example, because the person that he's lassoed to will get the heal, guaranteed. So, and now I'm going to max out my Nature's Guise. I don't think I casted it once this game, to be honest. I think it's an okay skill. It has some potential, but it's kind of weird. Like, It's so good on paper, honestly. Like, ideally right now, what I would do would be back the Earthshaker up, cast him invisible, and then he could, like, sit outside of the area a little bit and consider ulting. But look at that sick damage I'm taking. It's hitting me for like 60, guys. They also have a bounty hunter that could make the invis harder. I don't know if Storm Spirit has mana or not, but Lifestealer is pretty hard to kill right now, so probably just gonna play it safe and go home. So I went from 0-2 and 0, and now I have 5 assists. We've been taking towers, we've been having team fights, and it's really hard to get killed. I could be a little bit better about my living armaments, but largely things are going okay. And I think I just checked all the towers HP right there to see how we're doing. And we haven't lost to tier 1 yet. And remember how close we were to losing the bot tower? Well, it's now full HP. And there's very little chance that they'll take it. So very quickly, it's becoming really hard for the reigning team to teamfight us, basically. So let's take a look at some other numbers, if you guys are curious. Click at gold graphs. We have a pretty big gold advantage right now, 12k. We've been winning team fights. They haven't taken a tower yet. He's got bloodstone, so he's gonna be fine. Man, I have so many games from yesterday to record videos of, actually. I played, I think I counted, I played like 12 games of Dota yesterday. Played Dota like all day yesterday with a bunch of different people. It's pretty fun. I played one Torrent Chieftain game, but it was okay. It wasn't that amazing. I played mid, and the hotkeys are kind of messed up. Whenever Valve releases a new hero, they always delay the hotkeys, I think, or something. So the hotkeys are not programmed in for Legacy correctly. So at first I started playing... I turned off Legacy so that I could set it to the Legacy keys, but then that messed up my controls for the courier, so I switched the Legacy keys back on, and now they're like these weird hotkeys that aren't correct. And now it's like getting messed up in my head, unfortunately, so... I might have to just wait until the hotkeys get programmed in, perhaps, until I'm happy. I should have living armored him there again. My map awareness is still not very good. And they're looking to be aggressive, so I'm going to try to be there for them. Profit bot back. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, because honestly, we can just take a Rex, or try to take a Rex. Actually, he went top lane. He's trying to kill Bat Rider, looks like. Looks like he did kill Bat Rider.
Looking for me? Wicked sick.
Man, living armor is really good. Leech CDNA random creeps, so our creeps can heal up a bit. And shrapnel's so good, kind of. It's like moderately good, I would say.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't think I uploaded that sniper game yet, did I? I was considering doing that. I have so many replay casts that I could do, guys. I have like 4 or 5 that I could do right now. It is insane. I played another sniper game. I was considering... Did I upload that one? Oh, I think I played that one on stream, and it was the day that we had audio desync, so I don't know if we can bother, if I'll bother. Oh yeah, I bought a Blink Dagger. It's pretty fun. I bought a Blink Dagger at this point because my utility is already pretty high. Didn't really feel like we needed a pipe. What we did need is me to be able to get my team fight off a little easier. So I decided to grab a Blink, that way I can jump in and ideally just ulti when needed. Now, as you guys can see, there's a little red dot over the Treants because we saw that the Lifestealer infested, but we weren't sure which creep it was. Blitz said, okay, it's probably one of the Treants. So we decided to take Lifesteal on a little trip here. The casual observer right now can see which one it is. But we weren't sure, we just knew it was one of the 5. And he hadn't popped out of any of the other creeps that were over there, so like by now he would have popped out and walked back to base, so we knew he was in one of these. And they're timing out slowly, so it's only a matter of time. I almost had my ulti in 13. I was really close. He almost made it. He did a rage TP because the only way that we could have stopped him would be my ulti, actually. Yes. Well, unless, like, Rubik stole Chain Frost and used... Like, that's the only way. My ulti wasn't off cooldown, so we had to just burst him down. We actually did kill him. It was really close. If you would have done that a lot earlier, like when you weren't as prepared, he would have made it. Or if the 2 remnants weren't set up. It's a lot of things.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, we're going to finish up with a push in the mid.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Getting some free kills. Lifestealer's still dead for 10 seconds. And again, I want to shield the Earthshaker a bit.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Here I am. Over here now. You blew it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He actually took a lot of damage there.
I'm over here.
Oh, Lifestealer's in a creep. I didn't even realize.
Here I am.
Radiant's
Punch him.
middle tower is under attack.
And that is pretty much the end of the game. I kind of started not team fighting there and mostly... Is throw the right word?
Radiant's ancient is
I don't know if
under
throw is the right
attack.
word.
Radiant's bottom
Gotta sell my
tower
TP.
has
What did I
fallen.
buy? Oh yeah, a gem.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
And the best item in the game, Sanj and Yasha. Okay, cool. That's not a serious item. Gem is pretty normal for someone like me to grab at this point. But yeah, Blink is really good as well. If we were actually team fighting or if the game was actually equal at this point, what we would have done is just simply Blink Overgrowth the whole team and then started in for a fight, maybe with like an Echo Slam or something like that.
Radiant's ancient is under
Especially because of the fact that Earthshaker, I don't think, had a Blink here. If he doesn't have a Blink, and I could Blink in and then Overgrowth them all together and he could walk in an ulti, that would be really, really strong. But that never really needed to happen. Did you guys know Earthshaker had a tail? I had no idea. Maybe it's... Oh, it's just a pelt that he's wearing. Okay, no tail. Alright, good. Ooh, that freaked me out. So yeah, that's how I would offlane Treant Protector. I think fast magic stick, stout shield boots is good. You gotta go for arcane boots, and then a mech almost always is gonna be the right choice. If somebody else is building a mech, then you can get like a different item, like another utility item, like a force staff or a pipe. Maybe a blink dagger early, but I would say utility over, like utility heal over like a positioning item. Force staff is the exception though, because you can use it defensively. I just think that you should stack some defense on top of his already good defense, because that would be a stronger way to go about it. So that's offlane Treant Protector. You can safe farm him if you want. If you put him in any other lane, I still think the item build should be the same. You should still go for a mech, get a blink dagger at some point, maybe a force staff, maybe a refresher. Probably not, because your ult doesn't do damage, but maybe. But yeah, if you're like insanely farmed, you can go like Radiance, or Mjolnir is okay because the attack speed is good, but largely I'd recommend just going utility items like mech. You should build them that way. Do like a lot of early pushing and good push lineups, because it's really hard to kill you once you get your core items up. So that's how you play Treant Protector. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be sure to bring you guys some more videos soon. Most likely a lot of replay casts, since I did play so many pubs yesterday off stream. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.